Okay, still starting. Hare Krishna, sorry. कैसे हैं आप? Good. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Yeah. यं ब्रह्म वरुणेन्द्र रुद्र मरुतैः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैस्साङ्गोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरसुरगणः देवैः तस्मै नमः. What does this shloka mean? Any guesses? What does this shloka mean? This shloka means from Brahma, Vishnu, from Brahma, Lord Shiva, and other demigods. All worship Lord Krishna or Vishnu. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Maltai Sunvanti Divyaistavair. All the main major members they worship. Then there are Gandharvas. There are Gandharvas, lower planets. Gandharvas. Brahmaloka and Shiva. That's then after comes Gandharvas and other Kinnaras. They also sing the glories of Krishna. And great yogis also sing the glories of Krishna. Who meditate on the form of Narayana form is there. And they meditate on him. And it's simple to know it. I think everyone is able to hear it. So, what are the special effects? So, yeah. So, basically, he's in this sloka, in the Padma Purana, it is said that all the major gods, major devatas, Brahma, Lord Shiva, and Gandharvas, Kinnaras, and yogis and all, they worship Krishna. Why to iterate that particular point? Because great devatas whom we on a daily basis we try to worship, right? Durga Mata or Ganesha or Lord Shiva. For Brahma, generally there is no temple, there is only one temple somewhere. But all the demigods they worship Krishna. Then what is the problem for you to worship? That's the point we are stressing. Why are we stressing this point? Because today Krishna is going to answer the questions of Arjuna. What was the last session recap? Anyone wanted to give a quick recap? What only 2 shlokas we have gone through last week. सिर्फ 2 ही श्लोका अपन ने किया था पिछले सप्ताह. So what is the if really wants everyone to comment the music, that's good. I'm just feeling that it's getting echoed. That's good. So yeah. So what is the recap of last week? Where were we? Not about confusion. Additional confusion. What additional confusion Arjuna had? Based on intelligence? So he says that he was in a confusion. Krishna says with knowledge and intelligence, you should avoid abominable action. And as per Arjuna, what is abominable action? Killing. So he's saying to avoid abominable action. One thing is, Krishna, one side he's saying that we should avoid abominable action. And other side he's saying kill others. So there are 2 confusions. I mean, one confusion whether to give or not. So that was the confusion what Arjuna had. And Krishna is now answering in the 3rd shloka. Let's try to see this. So Bhagavan is talking today. So let us try to recite together. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Lokesmin Vividha Nishtha Purapruta Mayanatha Tanayogera Sakhyanam Karmayogera Yoginam. Translation by His Divine Grace, Śrīla Prabhupāda ki, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "O speechless Arjuna, I have already explained that there are two classes of men who try to realize the self. Some are, yeah, please listen to this carefully. That is not good. Yeah, there is a problem. There is a problem. So I need to address for the next week. Yeah, I'm reading it anyhow. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "O speechless Arjuna, I have already explained that there are two classes of men who try to realize the self. There are two classes who try to realize the self. Some are inclined to understand it by empirical philosophical speculation, and others by devotional service." Devotional service. That's what it is. Now, here in this particular shloka, that Nishtha word is very prominent. What is the meaning of Nishtha? Are you sure? Nishtha means faith. So, no, Nishtha undaali. Nishtha undaali is like, in Telugu, when we speak about Nishtha, it's not faith actually. It's exactly faith. Strictly following is Nishtha. But here, Nishtha means faith. And here, Krishna is actually, talking two kinds of faith. One is Jnana Yogena, Sankhya, Karma Yogena, Yogena. Those two are prominent actually. You see, those two are prominent. Jnana Yogena, Sankhya, Karma Yogena, Yogena. So there are two types of faiths. One is the faith which is developed through karma. And you would have seen those kind of people. Work is worship. పని చేయాలి రా దేవుడు గీవుడు అన్నీ ఏం లేడు అనేవాడు దేవుడు వర్క్ ఈజ్ వర్షిప్ హిందీలో వెళ్ళిపోతే అన్ని పూజ అన్ని పూజ సో కృష్ణ is trying to stress the point that there are two kinds of faith development. One is to and one is to Gnana. So here he is referring to two faiths he is referring, and he will elaborately explain the coming stages, coming shlokas. And let me discuss this point also, that in 2.39, when why this conflict of Arjuna, on one side Krishna is saying through knowledge and intelligence avoid abominable action. Jnana or Vignan से गंदा काम मत करो, लेकिन एक से गंदा काम करो कि मारना है. Right? There are two kinds of things. So he's trying to he's having confusion only, and Krishna is trying to clarify that. Now, as we discussed, Nishtha was discussed in two platforms, and these two platforms are trying to be in the path of Krishna consciousness and gain the transcendental consciousness through karma and jnana. Nothing wrong in gaining this consciousness in either of the platforms. Now, when we come to satsang, well, it is not satsang. Let us take the example of our Bhadrachalam Yatra. I'm seeing Murli ko, I think they are two count now, no? So, Bhadrachalam Yatra, when we went, there are how many devotees? Approximately 30 devotees. Approximately 30 devotees were there. Now, if you see, each and every devotee, if you observe from kids to elders, if you observe, माताजी मुझे क्षमा करना, इंग्लिश में होगा मेरे को, तो आप इंग्लिश समझते हैं माताजी? थोड़ा कोशिश कीजिएगा माताजी. So, when we went to Bhadrachalam, almost 30 devotees went. Can 100% give you, everyone can give you what kind of consciousness each and every devotee would have come to Bhadrachalam Yatra? And they everyone come with 100% devotion towards Lord Rama. I'm not able to where I'm coming. When is the separation coming? No, right? We don't have that much level of devotion. We know that it's the consciousness we should be in. But after coming there also, if we now let us assume that from morning till night, only temples, temple में ही सोना, temple में ही temple में ही रहना, everything in temple. Next time kids would have told parents, no more. Right? Yes, sir. Let us be practical. So we are talking about the consciousness, no? So different types of that evolution of any person who is serious in Krishna consciousness. There is an evolutionary path of consciousness. Even when we come to now, there are certain devotees, already fixed up devotees who are there in satsang. Now, even you can take live examples of devotees who are coming to satsang. When they initially come, they might have come with some consciousness, but over the period of time, that consciousness might have, if not 100%, surely consciousness would have more or increase or improve. So this is a journey. Who are comfortable to sit on top, kindly sit on top. There is no obligation. The main thing is to understand the message. I will feel if I'm sitting on the top, don't feel it. It's knowledge of Krishna to go in a comfortable position. If you are able to sit on top, comfortable here, sit on top. Sit on. So what we need to understand is, so Vishnu, there is a great acharya in our lineage, Śrīla Prabhupāda. Kids, please, please. Yes, mother. Yeah. Oh, she is looking for you. Okay, okay. Okay. So the thing is, any person who is in KC, it's a evolutionary process. Now, I have taken an example of Bhadrachalam. When we went to Bhadrachalam, there are 2 to 3 days we have spent there, and we can't guarantee that everyone is in a highest state of devotion. But we know that journey, and probably we should not take it lightly. We should understand that we came together in Yatra only due to Krishna, only due to Śrīla Prabhupāda we are together. Otherwise, there is no other reason that we are here together. And as Deepen Mataji mentioned, actually in Yatra, the relationships improve, relations strengthen actually. And this particular tip was given by, as I think I already told you, Rajesh Prabhuji, when I, almost 2 years back, or 1.5 years back, when I driven him for the entire day for his program, he suggested me that Prabhuji, please take your congregation once in 3 months or 6 months to Yatra. It will really, you'll see major change. And I'm seeing it actually. I'm seeing it. So that's very good. But why we brought this topic is we need to understand the evolutionary process of a neophyte devotee to certain level of devotee. Certain level of devotee. So I was very amazed with 3 kids, Advika, Kritika, and Shrestha. Shrestha. 3 of them, one photo was there. 3 of them were chanting. Do you feel that they were seriously chanting? If you see the photo, it feels like they are seriously chanting for new temple to come up. Seriously chanting for new temple to come up. Good thing they are chanting seriously. Yeah, that's the environment only. That's why that's why really surely when we go to yatra like with especially with devotees, not individually. Not individually. If individually you go now, when I have seen that change prior to coming to, as I told you, prior to coming to KC, we used to go to Tirupati every year. It was a norm because our Kuladaiva was Lord Venkateswara. Every year we used to go to. But first mood before go to Tirupati, before we go to Tirupati trip is what? Woodlands. Woodlands. Woodlands, morning or evening. Which day or what kind of this thing? That's what we're thinking. That was the consciousness. First woodlands, not darshan. Or that's not because that being in police department, we get the darshan freely. So no austerity is required there. And woodlands, good how it is. Is there any water? There is a water land or water world in Tirupati also in the ground. So once we went also to water world. So that was a consciousness without if you are going with devotees. But if you are going with devotees, you will see visible change in your spiritual lives. Spiritual lives. So now, why I brought this topic is that Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, who is there in our lineage, one of the acharyas, he says that Nishtha is generally there in two platforms. This Nishtha is developed through karma, path of karma, that is through path of knowledge, and karma yogena through the path of karma also. These two platforms, what he is stressing. And this to go to this higher level of consciousness, as we evolve through this journey, we develop different kinds of faith. When we try to evolve, when we try in the spiritual path, you might be seeing let us take the example of yesterday Friday. I was observing Ruchi Mataji. Okay, Ruchi Mataji. So there might be some devotees, I mean, who need action. It's not only Ruchi Mataji, but there are some devotees. For example, Deepa Mataji is there. She prefers singing, talking. I mean, from Gnana perspective, I mean, nothing wrong about it. But the thing is, how much knowledgeable she is, right? Like this, there will be so many devotees who are more towards knowledge than go towards Krishna through knowledge. There are some devotees who go through karma only. I mean, with work only. I will do this work, or I will. So, Guru knows which particular disciples to engage in which path. Now, if these two paths are leading to Krishna, that's fine. And Krishna, there is an advantage, only through Gnana path. If he's coming to Krishna, Krishna loves them most. But unfortunately, who gains Gnana more, generally they won't surrender to Krishna. They are puffed up with their knowledge. Majority of the cases. They will be telling shlokas. If you sneeze, this shloka will come. Generally, when we gain knowledge, that particular surrender won't come to Krishna. So he's trying to stress that particular evolutionary process. Now, a person who is in lower level of consciousness, he thinks, as we said, work is everything, and inclined towards karma only. If the same work, if the same person gets a bit towards higher consciousness, and he move towards Nana or Krishna, Krishna likes that kind of people more. You know, right? There are different kinds of people. How many kinds of people try to reach Krishna? Four types. Four types. You are telling about devotion. How many types of devotional practice are there? But I'm asking who are generally look for Krishna. There are four types. Who are they? Ardhi, Gnani, Jigyasu. So basically, they are saying uh, generally who are distressed, who have faced lot of difficulties, who have faced lot of difficulties in life. Prabhujis and Mataji's, this I'm telling uh, by observing lot of devotees in the little journey what I had. I've seen devotees who have lost something in their lives, and then they came to Krishna consciousness. And I've seen devotees who are so much inquisitive about knowledge. What is this? Veda, Veda. A lot of people are saying scriptures, scriptures, Vedas, Vedas. What is this exactly? Let me check. With that way also they go. And there are some devotees. Bhai, na go. Dabbul gawal, bhai. I need money. I need wealth. I need fame. There are a lot of devotees like that. Okay, Krishna. I think even for wealth and fame also, we can go to Krishna. Okay, then I will go to Krishna for wealth and fame. That also cases are there. So like that, the different kinds of cases are there where they try to reach Krishna. But Krishna likes people who more likes people more who knowledge. Through knowledge, when they go and they understand him finally, they become pure devotees. He likes that particular category more. So that's what he's stressing, that when they move to higher consciousness, he moved towards Gnana as that person doing work in an honest manner and somehow gets detached from the results of work, and it's really ready to give up his work. Now, tell me one thing, how detachment develops? Now, tell me one thing, you love your work. Now, let me take an example of someone. Whom to point out on this thinking? But you will not take anyone. I think everyone is in tension, so you will not take. Yes. There is अगर कोई बंदा है जो who likes कोई ये वर्क ये तरीका का वर्क वो अच्छा करना चाहता है. For example, someone likes to cook more. Cooking is her hobby. Cooking is her hobby. Now she loves cooking. She loves cooking and she does cooking every day for the pleasure of Krishna or for the pleasure of his or her family. She cooks. Is it Will she be easily able to attach as the days progress? Will the detachment increase or detachment decrease of that cooking? Huh? Detachment increases, right? No. Uh, no, no. Uh, detachment increases. The thing is, you will be doing, but you like to do that work. You like to do that work. Attachment towards Krishna increases, but the detachment to that work decreases. When your favorite work you are doing, आपके मन पसंद का काम आप जब करते हो कंटिन्यूअसली, वो डिटैचमेंट आ जाता है. वो डिटैचमेंट को हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं मालूम नहीं मुझे. क्या बोलते हैं माता जी? वैराग्य. वैराग्य आ जाता है. When you favorite work when you do. Initially it might be goody goody, but as the time increases, the detachment increases for that work. Not every one thing. It might be a little. In Shastras, it is said that two people should come together. Husband and wife should come together only for getting kids. It is said in Shastras actually. It is said in Shastra that wife and husband should come together only for getting children. That is the rule actually. That is the rule. Now, if that rule is imposed, will that for that activity the detachment increase or not to come together? Detachment, no, the detachment increases that we should not come together. You getting my point? You are getting my point? समझा या नहीं? For example, शास्त्र में ये बताया गया है कि दो व्यक्ति जब आदमी और औरत जो पास में आना है वो ओनली फॉर बच्चे पैदा करने के लिए ही आना है, नहीं तो नहीं आना है. शास्त्र में बताया गया है. Now this particular rule is hardly imposed on everyone. Then for that activity इंटरेस्ट चले जाता है या नहीं? Will the interest go or not? Come together. Yes or no? No, no, no. Is it making sense? I'm just seeing confusing phases. Do you understand the question? Huh? The same example. I'm just trying to same whatever. For example, Mataji chapati banana or prasad cookie. For example, उस दिन Sweta Mataji, the who was there in Bhagavatam. Her name is Sweta Mataji. When she loves cooking actually. She loves cooking. When daily how many orders she was getting. But as the day progresses or as the months or years progresses, उस activity में ज़्यादा attachment नहीं रहता है. She will not be attached to that work. The detachment decreases for one particular activity when you are doing rigorously in a dutiful manner. That's the point what I'm trying to say. Any work, when you do dutifully, there is a possibility, not possibility, it is that over the period of time, the detachment to that activity increases. Please get convinced on this point. Why we are encouraging karma? When karma yogena, through karma, also we can attain Krishna. Because when you do karma, there is a possibility that whatever the work you love, even that path also good, whatever the work you love, over the period, it is easy for you to get detached for that work. Despite you doing it, but it is easy for you to get detached over a period of time. Suddenly, if you say you stop work and do everyday Mangalati, every day you do prasadam cooking, you do this, pure devotion service from morning till evening, if you say, the person can't, because that karma pravritti is more in that particular candidate. You might be seeing in our Friday. Huh? So that karma pravritti, everyone will be have some kind of pravritti. For example, you might have observed Friday bash up meetup we are doing. Some people, some devotees, they don't prefer dancing. It's not that they don't like, but they're not comfortable dancing. They like to watch, they like to, but they wanted to sing, they will sing. Some devotees wanted some attitude to the body. Karma pravrutti and gnana pravrutti, there will be two kinds. So that you should understand your nature and you will be knowing your nature better and Krishna. What kind of pravrutti you have more? Is it through karma pravrutti or gnana pravrutti? Pravrutti means tendency. What kind of tendency? There are some people, sometimes they come to satsang also. They they observe, who is this guy speaking? Is it really what he is speaking is truth? Mr. Bhata is name. Yes, yeah. Then please, there are people, right? There are people who come to satsang and they try to analyze. सच में ये कुछ लॉजिक है या कुछ ये rational or not? Then they come with that kind of mentality also. Yes. So, I'm talking about ourselves only. Because only when we talk about ourselves, we'll understand, we'll correlate. We'll correlate, right? Otherwise, we can't correlate. If I give some example, you're not able to understand. So, that particular thinking, right, is like Gnana Pravrutti. What is Gnana Pravrutti? Is it really devotee? Devotee, is it really devotee or is it putting acting of devotee? Simple, no, it's 200 rupees dhoti, 100 rupees kurta, 100 rupees kunduva, tilak some 20 rupees, 420. Right now, externally posing like a devotee is not a big deal. It's 420 rupees, we can be look like a devotee. Chanting that. Chanting that. Distribute across 420. But the point is, uh, we can show off like that, but we can understand our pravritti also in this. When we come to spiritual lives, we start with some kind of pravritti. You will be knowing it better, whether it is gnana pravritti or karma pravritti. This kind of thinking, like as I acted now, there is gnana pravritti. Is he knowledgeable? Is he making sense and all? So some people, they when they see actions, or when they sing, when they dance, they get inspired. There are a lot of devotees, they get inspired by seeing dances also. And in Stockholm, where I used to stay, from morning 10 o'clock to evening 5 o'clock in the city center area, almost for non-stop 7 hours, we used to do arena in the roads of Stockholm. 7 hours non-stop. Only lunchtime, 45 minutes. One hotel used to sponsor us free prasadam. Who are doing harina? Yes, even if they are getting inspired with Padma, that is a karma pravrutti. That basically what we are trying to say, Prabhuji and Mataji, each and every one of us would be having some pravrutti. Karma pravrutti or so each and everyone will be having either karma pravrutti or dana pravrutti. But that's what we need to understand. I hope you are able to. Now you need to think what is your pravrutti. What is it, karma pravrutti or gnana pravrutti? Now randomly let us take it. Both are also there. But there are possibilities of both of them being there, and there are possibility of individually also being there. Now let me ask randomly. Huh? Who is having what pravrutti? Meera Mataji, what pravrutti you have? Now don't say asa pravrutti. Can you say anything? What pravrutti you have? Okay, you can what pravrutti? Asa, no, you can tell asa pravrutti. What pravrutti he has? Tell Mataji. You tell about himself. No, why are you seeing him? Yeah, I put it on the spot. It's not a spot-putting question actually. Which pravrutti? I'm always expecting an answer. Whether it's right or not, I wanted to hear from her. What was the why Ashok Prabhu has which pravrutti? No, there are two options. Nothing. Gnana Pravritti or Karma Pravritti. No, because it is not possible that none of the above is not possible. Because if we are none of the above, we would not have been sitting in our house for so many times. I'm sure about it. Surely one or the other pravritti would be there. Some one pravritti might be mainly dominating. And as Amrita Mataji said, there are possibilities of both the pravrittis being there in a person. But again, if there are both, there might be some pravritti which is majority or taking higher hand. No, you need to tell what Ashok. I expected this one. IIT. Huh? So, Gnana Pravritti is mainly triggering. Now, you will not see Ashok Prabhu dancing much or doing, physically relatively more. That's what I might be wrong also. He prefers logic. He prefers questioning. He prefers analytical reasoning. So, in particular, even in spiritual knowledge also, even spiritually, what is the reason for this thing? It might be the questioning aspect is more. So, I feel that Ashok Prabhu is more Jnana Prabhuti. Prabhuti is no, no, no. Mataji, as I told, natures, each and every living entity are not same. And there would be differences. Expectation is nothing wrong, no. He's expecting probably Mataji to be more devotional. I'm not sure. I don't know if some other thing he's expecting, I'm not sure. Huh? But that you need to sort out. But the thing is, now, Vijay Mataji, what do you feel about yourself? Or about your life? What do you Yes, I expected this. That Ruchi Mataji is more Karma Prabhuti. Right? Ramesh, you don't defend Prabhu. I am sure you are majorly Karma Prabhuti only. I am 100% sure. Will be, So Karma Prabhuti only. No doubt about that. I remember Anuradha Mataji, Gangadhar Prabhu's wife. She's more Gnana Prabhuti. A lot of questions, lot of reasoning, lot of things we used to discuss. After satsang also separately we used to discuss. So, more Prabhuti. So like that, Vajishan Mataji, we need to understand that these two Prabhutis exist. And some or the other will be a combination of both of them. So a person who is in a lower level of consciousness, he thinks work is inclined. Somehow gets detached. Yeah, already we discussed. Somehow gets detached from the results of work when you do anything dutifully. So are we fine with this logic that any work when we do dutifully, there is easily a possibility of getting detached? 100%. Are we convinced on this point or not? Hmm. Yes. Prabhuji, since that I'm talking about the work dutifully doing. Now, since you brought this topic, I'm saying, now, what is the difference between karmis, karmakandis, and karma yogis? Can anyone say? Lift your hands. Question. Since Prabhuji brought this topic, I'm let me tell. What is the difference between? I'm asking the question again. What is the difference between karmis, karmakandis, karma yogis? Raise your hands. Who knows the difference between these three? Raise your hand. No? Okay. ఎందుకు ఇలా అంటారు? Let other devotees also see, no? Most of whenever I ask you to only the Nagan dance, small snack dance. Okay, Amrita Mataji, anyone else who can tell the difference between these three? Karmis, karmakandis, and karma yogis. Hmm? Okay, anyone else? Oh, I'm seeing only Ruchi Mataji and Amrita Mataji. Anyone else wanted to tell Pujita Mataji? Any? I will tell that. I will tell the answer. When you ask, no. Is karma is English word or not? No? Then I can't say. I can't tell in English. I'm sorry. Huh? Anyway, I will come to that. We'll discuss. Yeah, only 3 Mataji. Anyone else who wanted to try? Karmis, Karma Kandis, Karma Yogis. Okay. You will try? Even Ruchi is also listening. Okay. Right. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
With realization, they do some work, realizing that this work is I am doing because I am doing, but the result is entirely of God. It's all Krishna at the end of the day.
So claps to America, but attempt. Let's say that was a good attempt actually. Very, very, very good attempt. You are right. You are right. So let me little bit let me elaboration on this. Karmis means materialistic people. Materialistic people means అనుభవించు రాజా ఉన్నది ఒకటే జిందగీ ఎంజాయ్ ಮಾಡಿ. So that is the complete materialistic people are karmis. Complete materialistic people are karmis. Okay? And karma kandis. Karma kandis have some obedience towards scriptures. Karma kandis will have some obedience towards scriptures. And they do rituals. They go to Vinayaka temple, they go to Anjaneya temple, they for everything for the Amya. But you told Amya for the first case. But Karmakand is I did this ritual Anjaneya. What for me? Not anything. I donated this much. What is this? There are Karmakandis who expects God should always give positives only for me. No negatives, only positives he should give me. I did that much donation to the temple. Ram Prabhu has given 1 lakh donation to new temple. But he is not, Krishna is not helping me in job. Krishna is not helping in my daily this thing. Ritualistic, that is karma kandi. Karmis, when compared to karmis, karma kandis is better. Because at least they have some, they are at least going to, they will Devas. But karmis, they go to Babas. Fake Babas. Baba will eat, we might have seen video. Baba will eat laddu and tutu and he will give. No, you have not seen the video? Have you not seen the video? There are many. Someone are putting a blank faces. Put that video in that. Then they will also realize that that kind of Babas also exists. So those are some like that who are not in Sampradāya, Apasampradāya they are, and they believe something good happened, so they blindly summer family for them.
What's the difference between atheists and karmis?
Atheists are kind of karmis only. Karmis only. They don't have faith in devatas also. They don't have faith in scriptures also. Karmis are atheists only. No, complete materialistic people. They want to enjoy. What is the thing? They wanted to enjoy life. Complete. I am doing it. That kind of mentality. So did you understand? Now coming to karma yogis. Karma yogis, they are having a full clarity. They have karma yogis have a full clarity on whatever the karma they are doing it for Krishna. And karma yogi means he is a subset of bhakti. Subset of bhakti are karma yogis and jnana yogis also. When yoga term comes, you are getting united with Krishna. Whenever the yoga term comes, yoga or yogi term comes, you are doing that for Krishna's pleasure. Getting it? Karma yogi is a subset of bhakti yogi where you are reaching Krishna through karma. And there are devotees who are reaching through jnana. And there are devotees who are trying to do pure devotion service from start to end. Clear? That is the difference between karmis, karma kandis, and karma yogis. Okay? Yeah. Now, coming to your question, bro. Can you repeat the question, bro? Did it clarify this or do you have further question on top of it? Attachment occurs. Now, Mangalarti, you mentioned. Now, when you do Mangalarti, bro, Again, there are two things here. One is getting attached to the result of the outcome. Other is getting attached to the process of that outcome. For example, Amrita Mataji is good at preparing. Who is good at prasadam preparation here? Mehak Mataji lifted hand. So Mehak Mataji. So you think like this, no? Yes. I understood that. It's like assume that Mehak Mataji likes to prepare prasadam for Krishna. Very nice thing, no? Very nice thing. Now, Mehak Mataji is preparing laddus for Krishna, and she loves preparing laddus for Krishna, and she is offering to Krishna, and bhoga is done, and it's fine. Now, so the same activity she is doing for our new temple where the lordships are going to come. She is going to do that. Now, if her spiritual master says, Mehak Mataji, today you don't prepare prasadam service. I am not giving you prasadam service. I am giving you the kirtan service. So she need to sing bhajan. Now she might feel she will not do kirtan, but she will do kirtan but with unhappiness because she is attached to that service only. That will not. I wanted to prepare laddus only. No, then you are getting attached to that process because he likes preparing laddus. Then you observe there will be so many in our life also. There will be so many things where you get attached to the process. No, one more thing is here. She is attached to the process of preparing laddus. No, there are some devotees who loves or who are getting attached to the result. Final laddus. I want laddus. I want to. They might say, Prabhuji, I need prasadam. Krishna. They will see from far. For example, Naik Mataji is like laddu, and that laddu is prepared by Vasavi Mataji, and she offers to the Lord, and she is getting tempted. And she says kindly, Vasavi Mataji, I need prasadam, but her interest inside is that laddu, not prasadam. So you are getting the difference, right? Getting attached to the process of the work what you are doing and getting attached to the end result. Now coming to Mangalarti Prabhu, huh? Nothing is better. That is sorry. Listen. So now for coming your question, Prabhu, Mangalarti doing is good. Now what? Why we are doing it? For the pleasure of Krishna. There are some devotees. Again, Prabhu, this is a little bit advanced topic. It's a little bit advanced. There are some devotees who get even the devotion service also. Even spirituality. Every Saturday we are meeting for a satsang. Please time check. That's right, right? That's fast. Sounds good. Okay, fine. Because this Shloka needs little bit explanation. It's good that you brought this topic. Now, this Mangalarti also, even this spirituality also, though these many devotees have gathered every day, right? Now, there might be, don't take it offensively. There might be some devotees. These devotees every Saturday they are meeting. I think in the devotee, one devotee is ego, one devotee is IIT, one devotee is military man. If people are coming, I think I need to connect to them. I need to establish my connects. I need to establish my connects. I need to establish my connects. There will be ill motive. They are coming. No, there might be some devotees. ఫ్రీగా వస్తున్నాం ఒక 1.5 వచ్చి ప్రసాదం చక్కగా 1 డే మనకు డిన్నర్ ఆగిపోతుంది చక్కగా there is possibility, right? Remember, even in spirituality also we can have a spiritual entertainment. Spiritual entertainment also we can do with spirituality. Now, for example, on the day on the platform we did Harinam. I was closing my eyes, I was doing something happened, and lot of devotees have come. Some devotees after the Harinam Gita, they approached Kamya Mataji and inquired about that. Very nice thing, no? No, if the same thing I'm thinking when I'm doing Harinam Sankirtan, I'm thinking, Sankirtan, I'm doing Sankirtan, lot of devotees are gathering me, and lot of devotees are seeing me, I will be getting fame, and lot of Instagram videos will be going about me. Wow, what a wonderful, and how it is wonderful, I can do Harinam, right? Yes or no? Is it feasible? Practically feasible or not? Important. No, even Mangalarti also, you should do for the pleasure of lordships. Now, you should not get attached to that Mangalarti also. The only consciousness what you should have while doing Mangalarti is for the pleasure of lordships and doing the service. Yes. 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 Now, the same thing you are doing for the pleasure of lordships, even whatever the activity you do with attachment. For example, same Pujari who is doing Mangalarti, if his Guru says, today you will be in the kitchen service, without any attachment towards Mangalarti, he will be there in kitchen service. Detachment easily he can have. If you do dutifully, if he is a karma yogi, if he does dutifully, he will not get attached. Now, if he is putting attention means he is not doing dutifully. Yes. If he is not dutiful, if he is not doing dutifully means he is getting attached. If you do what is doing dutifully, you are doing for the pleasure of worship. Clear? Clear? Just yes.
So when we say making it beautifully, the Bhakti also.
Attachment towards the lordship is nothing wrong. But the process when you are attaching, right, you should not get attached to the process I'm saying. Even when you are doing Mangalarti, you should not get attached to the Mangalarti. The main process is getting attachment towards Krishna. Yes. It is a little bit subtle, Mataji. Like kindly, why I am saying it very subtle, there is every possibility that people can take it wrong. Bhajan also, when we are being, Mataji, I think I already told everyone, mainly in devotional service, 3 attention grabbing services.
Every person is different.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji. You are in that process. You are associating with devotees. You are seeing devotees. You are seeing devotees. Do you see any devotee? You should inspire from the devotees who are there in our Dalit congregation. Are you seriously feel that with whom you are getting inspired, he is only acting, he is not doing this thing, or do you feel that he is attached to that work, or is he attached to Krishna and doing the work? But these are very subtle. Now, how you will develop by being in association with the devotees, and observing them, Mataji. If you are seeing, if you are getting inspiration, when you see a devotee, then you should think, right? When you observe, when you see a devotee, automatically something would be going on. Though you might not tell outside, there might be some thinking process with you going that, right? You might get a feel that this devotee is very sincere. But for developing that thought that he is sincere, how it is developed, Mataji? Because he is attached to Krishna. Though he might be doing, again, saying in devotional service, mainly there are 3 attention grabbing services. I think I already told you before. There are 3 attention grabbing services. One is doing kirtan, for example, heading the kirtan, leading the kirtan. He sings, and after that, people or devotees follow. That is one attention grabbing service in spiritual life. Second one is who gives sessions, who does preaching, who sit in Vyasasana and gives sessions. That is another. Second is attention grabbing service. And third one is Mangalarti, who does Mangalarti. And I think every Ekadasi our devotees go to Ratapur temple, right? And there are 3 devotees who would be doing Mangalarti, and you will all be seeing. So these 3 services are the most attention grabbing services. Now you need to understand what kind of a consciousness that particular devotees have. Are they doing this particular service in attachment with Krishna, or they like I like people sitting there, everyone is living very, very nice, no? Everyone is sitting, when I crack joke, everyone will laugh. Wow, I'm getting super inspiration to talk. If that is the consciousness, then minute. Seriously, Mataji, there are devotees. It's very sensitive service. These 3 services are very sensitive service where easily devotees can fall down. Actually, I mean, if that comes now, a pride. So, see, everyone is looking at me. Nice, no? I mean, there are people, Mataji, there. I mean, what to do? That kind of pravritti is there. Sometimes, it is something that is nothing wrong again. Wrong in the sense, even the Guru, Shiksha Guru or the Diksha Guru, he knows how to engage that kind of, if that kind of propensity is there, who wants to speak or attention grab, he puts, at least he's engaging his disciple in that kind of service, no? That kind of service. At least he's stable, right? At least he will do. If I'm giving this service, at least for the next 1 week, he will engage himself in preparing for the class. Right? From bhajan service is given. At least for that 1 week, I bought bhajan. I see introducing. Mehak Mataji have given a service that you should lead the kirtan tomorrow. And she will prepare. No? Since I need to, who follows, there is no need of that much preparation. But who leads, there is a lot of preparation. So Mehak Mataji has to prepare. मम्मी कौन सा भजन गाना है बताओ ना मेरे को डर लग रहा है. She does the preparation, right? So these three services which are attention grabbing needs time. So Guru knows how to engage. And I think I already told you when I love to Shravanam only. I love to hear from gurus and Shiksha gurus and Sannyasi Mara. I love to listen. Anyway, that's a different story. But the thing is, we need to understand. I hope I answered your question, Madhuri. I know I'm sorry for giving elaborate explanation, but we need to understand that consciousness is very much important. Don't get attached to the process or the result. Get attached to the Krishna and do the service. And that doesn't come simply like that. Practice is needed, sadhana is needed. Okay, so that's a reality. So Srimad Bhagavatam, in fact, so Krishna says, depending on your level of faith, position, and purity, thought you should either act in the path of karma or gnana. So either, so depending, even Krishna is giving you freedom. You would be knowing better. You and Krishna would be knowing better what kind of pravritti you have. Everyone knows what kind of pravritti. Is it gnana pravritti or is it a karma pravritti? We know. For example, Anuradha Mataji is there, Sukada Mataji is there. They are more karma pravritti. That's whatever little I observed, that's what I feel. I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mataji. Right? No? Karma. I mean, that's what each and every person have pravritti. But what are the pravritti? Krishna is giving an option for you. Bhaiya, you have these pravrittis. Please take any of the pravritti and move forward and come towards me. From karmi, come to karma kandi. From karma kandi, come to karma yogi. That elaborately Krishna explains. Okay. So, yes, karma yogi is bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga is a big set, Prabhu. And karma yoga and jnana yoga is subset of this, Prabhu. Subset of this. Because if I ask karma yogi person to do jnana yogi, he will not be comfortable. Suddenly, for example, if I ask on the day you remember, I asked Deepa Mataji, you should be part of skit. You should act. You please act in the skit. Please. But if I ask Mataji sing the session also, she is comfortable, right? But that's at one level. But it's not only with Deepa Mataji, but there are devotees like that. Now, greatness is if Guru tells that kind of disciple who is in Jnana Yoga to do some activity more related to Karma Yoga, he should do. Despite his ability, he is not able to interested, he should do. For example, I'm not a good singer and I'm a bathroom singer and I can speak a little bit, but I don't sing better. And if my Guru says you sing, then I need to sing even in the donkey voice also. Fine. People might laugh, but you are making your Guru happy. You're making your Guru happy. People around you might laugh, Mataji, but Guru and Krishna knows. So that's the point. I don't know whether I answered it or not. Right? Yeah. So as I said, this might be sounding little technical, but should correlate practically as well. So I think already we discussed. So should I give up my duties? To what extent I am supposed to do my duty? It can't be done whimsically. It depends on your consciousness. So yeah. So the person in path of karma, if the person is asked to give up this thing, so I think already we discussed this part. No, the same is there. Yeah. Now let us read Parpat. Yeah, since it's not appearing, I will read. Yeah, I think will this come like this? Now it is clear, right? In the second chapter, purport by His Divine Grace, Śrīla Prabhupāda ki. In the second chapter, verse 39, the Lord explained two kinds of procedures, namely Sankhya Yoga and Karma Yoga or Buddhi Yoga. In this verse, the Lord explains the same more clearly. Sankhya Yoga, or the analytical study of the nature of spirit and matter, is a subject matter for persons who are inclined to speculate and understand things by experimental knowledge and philosophy. Have you seen this kind of people? Yes, sir, everywhere. No, they wanted to understand everything empirically, with knowledge, with practicals, R&D and all, they wanted to experience. Now, the other class of men work in Krishna consciousness as it is explained in the 61st verse of the second chapter. The Lord has explained also in the 39th verse that by working by the principles of Buddhi Yoga or Krishna consciousness, one can be relieved from the bonds of action. And furthermore, there is no flaw in the process. The same principle is more clearly explained in the 61st verse, that this Buddhi Yoga is to depend entirely on the Supreme Lord, or more specifically on Krishna. And in this way, all the senses can be brought under control very easily. Therefore, both the yogas are interdependent as religion and philosophy. Religion and philosophy. Religion without philosophy is sentiment and sometimes fanaticism, while philosophy without religion is mental speculation. Make this, underline this statement again. I'm reading it again. Please contemplate on this. Religion without philosophy is sentiment or sometimes fanaticism. That's what is happening around us. Religion without philosophy is sentiment or sometimes fanaticism. A lot of fanatics happening, right? Whatever the things are happening, they don't know the philosophy behind the religion. What is the main purpose of religion? What is the reason for which religion is meant? They will not understand. Huh? What for one religion they will take and they go berserk, and a lot of killings have happened. I don't want to take examples. You know better. So without religion without philosophy is sentiment or sometimes fanaticism, while philosophy without religion is mental speculation. They only keep on speculating. Speculating. That's it. The ultimate goal is Krishna, because the philosophers who are also sincerely searching after the absolute truth comes in the end to Krishna consciousness. This is also stated in the Bhagavad Gita. The whole process is to understand the real position of the self in relation to super self. The indirect process is philosophical speculation, by which gradually one may come to the point of Krishna consciousness, and the other process is directly connecting everything with Krishna in Krishna consciousness. All these two, the path of Krishna consciousness is better because it does not depend on purifying the senses by a philosophical process. Krishna consciousness is itself the purifying process, and by the direct method of devotion service, it is simultaneously, easily, and sublime. I think it's pretty straightforward statement. And you yourself can see, and you yourself can observe the devotees who have been there in this congregation for the last 2.5 years by being in Krishna consciousness. Yes or no, Prabhuji and Maharajis? Have you seen? And you will be seeing also. If you take up this process, you will be seeing a lot of changes. Okay. Additional examples from Parampara. Arjuna is not realizing that Lord Krishna's knowledge is not contradictory. They are in multi-level. Lord Krishna is explaining that he had faith in different levels previously. Sankhya, components of matter and spirit. Jnana, I am not this body. I have nothing to do with the actions. Analyze too much. Bhakti-yoga, the practice of yoga using interventions. Slowly, Lord Krishna will explain in chapter 3 how karma yoga is better than inaction. How karma yoga is better than inaction. Okay? So now we need to understand that this purport everyone has understood, right? Everyone understood, or any questions? Please, without any hesitation, ask. And if you understood, then I will be asking one question. If you do not understand, I will read purport again. I think it was pretty straight. Telugu చెప్పాలంటే నేను అది నాకు పాండిత్యం లేదు, బట్ ఇట్ ఇస్ pretty straightforward. The point is కృష్ణ కాన్షియస్ తెలుగులో చెప్పాలంటే నేను రిలీజియన్ మెయిన్ పాయింట్ is రిలీజియన్ విత్ ఫిలాసఫీ వితౌట్ ఫిలాసఫీ సెంటిమెంట్ ఆర్ సమ్ టైమ్స్ కరెంట్. నా తెలుగులో చెప్పడం రాదు బాబు. తెలుగు భగవద్గీత తెచ్చారా? అది కదా. అంత శుద్ధమైన తెలుగు తెలిసిన వారికి లేదు. So the bottom line, what I'm trying to say in Telugu, see, Krishna conscious itself. Last two lines I read it in Telugu. Just give me one. Last two lines. Of these two, the path of Krishna consciousness is better than it does not depend on purifying the senses by philosophical process. ఏదో ఫిలసాఫికల్ ప్రాసెస్ తో మన సెన్సెస్ ని ప్యూరిఫికేషన్ చేయమని చెప్పట్లా. మనం కృష్ణ కాన్షియస్నెస్ లో ఉంటేనే ఆటోమేటిక్ గా ప్యూరిఫికేషన్ ప్రాసెస్ స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. అన్ని రకాలుగా సపరేట్ గా మరి నాకు ఈ సెన్స్ ని కంట్రోల్, నాకు ఆకలి వేస్తుంది, నాకు అది తినాలనిపిస్తుంది, నేను కంట్రోల్ చేసుకున్నా అని కాదు. మనం ట్రైంగ్ టు ఎంగేజ్, అరే ఉన్న వాటర్ వీఆర్ టేకింగ్, వీఆర్ ఆఫరింగ్ ఇట్ టు కృష్ణ అండ్ దెన్ హ్యావింగ్ ఇట్. అండ్ దానికి మీరు మెటీరియల్ లాజిక్ ఇవ్వలేరు. ఎలా మీరు ఫుడ్ చేసింది నేను, అదే ఫుడ్ కృష్ణుడు పెడుతున్నాము, అదే ఫుడ్ తింటున్నాము, ఏముంది సేమ్ ఐటమేగా, సేమ్ ఐటమే కదా. అంటే మనం లాజికల్ ఆలోచిస్తే మన 10th క్లాస్ సిబిఎస్ఈ ఐసిఎస్ఈ బుర్రతో ఆలోచిస్తే ఈ సేమ్ ఐటమే కదా. ఆఫర్ చేస్తే ఏంటి, ఆఫర్ చేయకపోతే ఏంటి? జనరల్గా ఐఐటి ఐఐఎం చదివిన వాళ్ళకి ఇలాంటి ప్రశ్నలు వస్తుంటాయి. ఏంటి అంటే సేమ్ ఫుడ్ కదా. Logically, the same components, whatever we are cooking, we are getting. Why in the middle Krishna is coming? After offering to Krishna, we are asking to take. What's logically speaking, there is no difference, right? But Krishna conscious process itself, with your material logic, you will not understand it. And if you are in the mood of challenging that spiritual knowledge, you will not understand. Why Bhagavadgita is said Raja Guhyam? What Raja Guhyam is biggest secret. Why they are secret? Why it is secret? Because even though the book is there, you will not understand. Because until unless you are not having that quality of surrender, you will not understand. Until unless you are not becoming a devotee, you will not understand. Until unless you are taking the association of devotees, you will not understand. Because by being in association, you will see the qualities of Bhagavad Gita in the devotees and you will get inspired. The Paramatma within you will inspire you to be Krishna consciousness. That's why
One example.
Yes.
If we go to yoga classes and do meditation, sit in a calm posture and concentrate on one object, they say like concentrate on one object or set up your eyes. And you completely do meditation for many days or suddenly you get control of the senses of the mind. At the same time, with Krishna consciousness, that's what there is no need to control the mind to control the senses.
Prabhuji, ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಕಾರೇಣ, if you are coming for the same logic, Prabhu, now yes, now going to that particular, there are so many yogas who say concentrate on the mukti to no skip, and they say, Prabhu, but how do then there are results also, positive results also. Why positive results? Suddenly for 24, 30, 35 years you are doing nonsense. Suddenly something different you are doing. Obviously you see difference, no? 35 to 40 years you have been doing all the nonsense you have been doing. After 40 years, suddenly something different you are seeing. Obviously you will see difference. But no, this tip of the nose, we tried that also sometime back. So coming to KC, I tried that actually. See that.
Looking at your nose, keep trying. So that has been mentioned in 6th chapter only.
No. I will come to that. But the thing is now this nose tip, my personal experience, when I did that, after doing that for 1 week to 10 days, though I am seeing normally my mukti only appearing to me. No, I am again face. I know. For next 10 days, Mataji, for next 10 days. What means it? I really did very perfectly. For almost 1 to 2 hours, I was able to see this also. And after that, I was getting for 10 days, though I was seeing normally, my nose tip only was appearing. And it has taken almost 1 month to again become stable. So like you see on the candle.
I think that was stable.
Now, whatever Ruchi Maharaj is quoting in 6th chapter, right? We will go to that also. That sloka to understand also we need. That's what that's why we need gurus or guru parampara to elaborate the shloka translation, because this translation is as it is. But to understand that shloka, we need acharyas to explain how to understand that. Okay, uh, like kindly, this Kali-yuga, only Srinam is the only process. Kindly follow that pointly and do services for our sadhakas or grihasthas. That is better option. Don't try to imitate. Don't try to imitate. As I told, great saints will be having external characters, where external characters can be copied with 420 rupees. But internal characters you can't copy. And each and every living entity has his own mood to go to Krishna. His own mood in the 5 rasas are there, right? What are the 5 rasas? Vatsalya. Okay. Now all those 5 rasas which are there in the spiritual world are having the perverted versions of them here also. What are those Shantarasa here in middle world? Who are doing the Shantarasa? Tool, projector, laptop, they are in Shantarasa. Shantarasa. Next, Vatsalya Rasa. Our parents, right? Parents Vatsalya Rasa. But parents, how long they will do Vatsalya Rasa? Not stable, no? That's it. Let us do. Let us be logical. I mean, now Sarna Mataji is there. Ramesh Prabhu are there. They are having kids. Anne, Maham, 18 to 19 years or 20 to 22 years. And after they get married, ah, why we are saying perverted reflections of the spiritual world? This Vatsalya Rasa also for some time. Next is Madhurya Rasa. Madhurya Rasa, husband and wife or lovers. How long? I've seen in college lovers were there. Till they get married, for them getting married, friends will help to, and lot of fights, and they will get married. And after marriage, now they are after 10 to 15 years of their life, they are looking for divorce. దీనికోసం ఇది హెల్ప్ చేసింది మాధుర్య రస్. నెక్స్ట్ వాత్సల్య రస్ ఓవర్ మాధుర్య రస్ ఓవర్ సాఖ్యరస్. Sakyas, friendship, how long friendship? Can you give a guarantee till you are there that your friends would be there? Or till that friend is there, you are there? Okay, be there. So, you should understand that all are perverted reflections of spiritual life rasas here in material world. Okay. So, yeah, now coming to 3.4. Yeah, let us do this together. Na karmanam anarbha sorry. Na karmanam sorry. Na karmanam anarambham together. Naiskarmanyam purushosmute nacha sanyasana deva siddhim samadhi gacchati. Translation by Śrīla Prabhupāda. Not by merely abstaining from work can one achieve freedom from reaction. Not by renunciating alone can one attain perfection. Got? So let us read the purport. Yeah. Girish Prabhu, can you read it, please?
Divine Grace Śrīla Prabhupāda ki. The renounced order of life can be accepted when one has been purified by the discharge of the prescribed form of
duties,
which are laid down just to purify the hearts of materialistic man.
One minute. So this renounced order of life can be accepted when one has been purified. Purification is important. When one has been purified. Now, do you think you can renunciate? Are you in a position to renunciate? Anyone here? Anyone who feels that you are completely purified? And I think already purification definition is already told ample times with ample examples. Everyone knows what is purification, right? Though it might be sounding very fancy word or a technical word, but everyone knows, right? Purification. Yeah. Continue.
Without purification, one cannot attain success by abruptly adopting the fourth order of life.
Without purification, one cannot attain success by abruptly adopting the fourth order of life, sannyasa. According to the empirical philosophers, simply by adopting sannyasa or retaining from fruitive activities, one once becomes as good as Narayana. But Lord Krishna does not approve this principle. Lord Krishna does not approve this principle. Without purification of heart, sannyasa is simply a disturbance to the social order. On the other hand, if someone takes the transcendental service of the Lord, even without discharging his prescribed duties, whatever he may be able to advance in the cause is accepted by the Lord. Bhakti-yoga. Swampam api asya dharmasya trayate mahato bhaya. Even a slight performance of such principle enables one to overcome great difficulties. Which one is easy? Is it to renunciate everything and leave? Or doing little service to Krishna is easy? Which one is easy? And especially for our classes, which one is easy? And if you are capacity enough, you can do a lot of services also. Doing service of Krishna. That's what Krishna is stressing. And it's an example from Parampara. Nishkama karma does not mean no action. And it means one is not going to get reactions for his action. Here he is referring to Nishkama karma yoga. Nishkama karma yoga. But it means one is not going to get reactions for his actions if you are performing Nishkama karma yoga. So not performing any action does not lead to not performing any action does not lead to Nishkama karma. We remain untangled even though we are not performing any action. Make a note. Right. Yeah, Prabhuji told karma means no this thing. Better not to do karma, no. No action, no positive action, no negative action. I will be neutral. Anyone got this thought? Anyone got this thought? ఎందుకు రా ఈ కర్మ చేసి పైకి వెళ్ళడం దేనికి కర్మ చేసి కిందికి వెళ్ళడం దేనికి ఏం కర్మ చేయకుండా సైలెంట్ ఉంటే బెటర్ గా ఏం ప్రభు ఐ ఎవర్ థాట్ దిస్ ఐడియా నెవర్ గాట్ ఇన్ టు యువర్ మైండ్ ఎందుకు వచ్చింది ఈ పాజిటివ్ చేసినా కర్మే నెగిటివ్ చేసినా కర్మే ఎందుకు రా ఈ కర్మే చేయకుండా ఉంటే బెటర్ గా లెట్ మీ నాట్ డూ ఎనీ కర్మ ప్లీజ్ Sing number, if you remember the sing, no? If you So no positive karma, no negative karma, and no action is also bad. I will not do it. I think Aparna Mataji, sorry. Not Amrita Mataji. Not bad Mataji. Aparna Mataji is thinking, what? I thought that till you was thinking will not do anything. This is the problem. And many people are thinking, compulsory Archana is Ramachisada, so even doing inaction is also not allowed. So that's what I'm saying. Okay? So taking example, doctor's lack of action in an emergency is also an action which is condemned and is also punishable. Doctor has the power and ability to cure, but he did not do it, saying he is following renunciation. Such inaction leads to bad karma. Not inaction means bad karma, not positive karma. Don't think that inaction means positive or negative. No, it is bad only. There are three types of karma. One is positive karma, one is negative karma, another is akarma, which is devotional service. Now, if you are not doing any action also, is negative karma. Encourage direction. Brothers, karma. Karma and Japandi. Please, because a lot of people know, please try to understand. I don't know how many fans of karma is here. I wanted to repeat again. I know repeat again is grammatically wrong word. Amish is not there luckily. But the thing is, karma is a negative character. Karna is the one who instigated first to do that activity. So don't have it. Dana Veera Shora Karna Gadandi. NTR ne na cinema liya na Prabhuji. So Karna is good character. No. So the thing is, it has overshadowed his good qualities. Overshadowed his good qualities. So, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Opposite. Yes. 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 That's right. That's right example. So taking sannyasa externally will not lead to. There are three things being discussed: external, internal, internal. External process without internal is useless. External process without internal is useless. Bahar 420, smiling face. Everyone will say, "Wow, Mahesh, you're pure devotee." That is useless. Next is internal leading to external is good. First, you are internally good. Internally, you are having a genuine love to Krishna and genuine attachment to Krishna and genuine love for the message of Krishna and message of Krishna's devotee. Then, if you are internally good, then internal leading to external is good. That is good. Now, external is achieved only when the external is in line with internal. Internal, yes. So the process is also trying to say. So don't choose the external path of renouncement. Better choose your path based on your internals and surrender to Lord Krishna. There might be some devotees who are very jovial. There might be some devotees who doesn't like jokes on stage itself. I think already I've given an example. There are some devotees who don't like jokes in the middle of the session. No? She doesn't like, they don't like actually. Huh? No, they do. Some devotees are there who don't like jokes or any kind of humor in the middle of sessions. It's their mood. There are some devotees. Gauḍīya Prabhu is there. He has his own. So many people outside might have heard Gauḍīya Prabhu's only external things. He doesn't any devotional sessions you never heard, right? But I have heard his devotional sessions also, which are very separately kept. The instruction from Maharaj for him is you only deal externally, external aspects. Motivational speaker kind of. So the mood would be that each and every devotee would be having that. That's what I've been saying, right? And a lot of times in satsangs, please, Prabhujis and Madajis, if you are not getting inspired from this satsang, leave the satsang. And leave the satsang means don't avoid. Go to a satsang where you get inspiration. But don't leave the spiritual lives. If you are not getting enough inspiration from your current satsang, leave the satsang and go to a satsang where that your mood kind of satsang would be there. Each and every satsang also has a mood. As a devotee, each and every devotee has a mood. Each and every satsang also has a mood. We need to understand that. Okay, that's what he's referring to. Okay, so that's so yeah, 3.5. Let us do this together. क्षणम् अपि जातु तिष्ठति अकर्मकृत् कार्यते हि कर्मा सर्वप्रकृति जय गुणैः. Translation by Śrīla Prabhupāda. Everyone is forced to act helplessly according to the qualities he has acquired from the modes of material nature. Therefore, no one can refrain from doing something, not even for a moment. Do you think anyone in this world can be there without doing anything? అది పనే కృష్ణ కరెక్ట్ చెప్పారు అది పనే నువ్వేం చేస్తున్నావు అంటే ఏదో ఏవిఎస్ ఏదో కమెడియన్ మీరు ఏం చేస్తున్నారంటే ఖాళీ సమయాల్లో ఆలోచిస్తుంటారు అనేది డోంట్ రిమెంబర్ దట్ డైలాగ్. మీరు ఏం చేస్తున్నారంటే చిన్న సమయంలో నేను ఏం చేయాలో ఆలోచిస్తుంటారు.
The previous translation is to say, not taking a decision is also a decision.
Like that. Anyone is there. Anyone is there who are there here to say that, yes, I can do this without even a moment. పొరపాటున ఉందని చెప్తే పట్టుకుంటారు. Is there anyone here in our satsang who says that I can be there without doing anything for a moment? Someone is silent. Even Nitra also you are doing, no. That was action, no. Even Nitra is, do you feel that in while sleep you are not doing anything? Is anyone feels that in sleep you are not doing anything? Mataji and Prabhuji, in sleeping, you are actually active. You are doing. Detox happens. And while sleeping, sometimes you don't keep alarm itself. But you wanted to get up at 4 a.m. Automatically you get up. Every second you are working, Mataji. సమాధిలో కూడా ఆయన చేస్తున్నట్టు ఏం చేస్తున్నాడు? మెడిటేషన్ చేస్తున్నాడు. So basic point what we need to understand that soul can't be, I repeat, therefore no one can refrain from doing something or other, not even for a moment. Not even for a moment. That's what we need to understand. Yeah. So accept. So we need to understand. So this is interesting. So there might be people who might be asking, right, Prabhuji, how to know my nature? Which varna I am in? Huh? And anyone has any question on this? How to know my nature? Which varna I belong to? Sugada Mataji Jayatite. Now, are you curious to know what is your nature? Well, now listen to this. Listen to this. There are no obligations. Obligations, Hindi में क्या बोलता है माताजी? हिंदी में चाहिए. हिंदी में obligation. योगेश जी बोलिए, इतना देर में लगा रहे हैं. मेरी हिंदी चला गया तो हमारा क्या बोला, हम क्या कर रहे हैं? आपके समझ गए ना अभी ना? Your nature is when there are no obligations and when there are no goals for you. There are no goals for you. ఏమి లక్ష్యం లేవు అండ్ ఆబ్లిగేషన్స్ ప్రభుత్వ విషయం తెలుగులో ఏమంటారు ఆబ్లిగేషన్స్ ని? Everyone understood what is obligations, right? Everyone understood what is obligations, right? Samduru Samasam is a time lane. So everyone understood what is obligations, right? Okay. So if your nature, if your thing is, if you are not having any obligations, if you are not having any goals, how will you behave? In free time you behave also, there might be obligation for example, you are having free time, I need to take son to some outreach. It's an obligation, right? As a father, what will you do? Now, if you are understanding in that sense, I'm fine. When you are alone, there are no obligations and no goals, how will you behave? That is your nature. For example, if I don't have any obligations and I have no goals, I will see Netflix, I will see prime video movies, I will see movies, I will sleep. After getting tired of seeing movies, I will sleep. That is your nature. That is your nature. Yes, Prabhuji. Yes. That is your real nature. You understand, Mataji? That is your nature. That is your nature. Now, though I have given a negative example, but there are some people who actually, idle time they love to cut trees without no obligation, nothing, but they love to take care of. That is your nature, Mataji. That is your nature. Now, whether that particular nature is aligned for your spiritual life or not, that's a different story. That's a different. I'm not talking about nature. You should incline towards bhakti and all. I'm talking about your original nature. Now, that is your original nature. I not come to a topic of can the nature be changed, can be nature be included, diverted towards bhakti or not, Krishna or not. That's a different topic. But how to know your nature? You have no obligations, you have no goals. Then how will you behave? Is your nature. In simple language, that is your real nature. Now you need to introspect today. When our nature enter by, you need to really think. Okay, so don't give us. That's what I've been telling. Don't give yourself any roles, obligations, and goals. Just watch yourself and what kind of activities you do. That becomes your real nature. Now, sometimes some certain things are forced by nature. Circumstances make your you do certain things, right? Yes or no? Sometimes certain things are forced by nature and circumstances make you do certain things. Am I right or not? That might not be your nature. That is not your nature. Surely that is not your nature. That we need to understand. But sometimes people feel that that is our nature. That's what. Try this. No obligations. There are some people, who when there is no obligation, no goal, they read Bhagavad Gita also. They do devotional service also. They love to do that. There's no goal, there's no need for see. I am doing. Imagine Prabhu pointing time is over. Huh? So, everything. Nice. This one. Ideal time. That's what. How many people are interested to know their nature, mother in the first place? ఉన్నది కూడా చిన్న పైన నాకేమనిపిస్తే నాకు చేస్తా. వాట్ ఎవర్ ఐ ఫీల్ లైక్ డూయింగ్ ఐ విల్ డూ ఇట్. They are not getting spiritually forward. They people are not even interested to be spiritual. What is specialty spirituality? They are not interested at all. That's a different case. But we need to understand that if some people say that some situations are like that, so this is my nature. No, that is not your nature. And first thing is it's not your nature. That's what we need to understand. So as I said, a lot of people cleaning the house, Bhagavad Gita also they do when there are no obligations and goals. So there are some people or some devotees who would like to, as I said. So that's why Krishna says you can't stop. You will do as per the nature, but can't stop doing something or the other. Okay.
So then in that, what will be that person like yogi or jnana yogi?
That particular person, he doesn't belong to see. He might be again. There are different cases here. No, well, karmi, he might belong to karmi category or karma kandi category. Because now we are only analyzing the nature here. Now he is a karmi. In that aspect, he is a karmi. As he either again there are two cases who are ideal also. They might they, there are some people. आज बोर लग रहा है यार. Let us go to temple. There are some people like that also, no? In fact, there are. In fact, आज बहुत बोर लग रहा है. Let मंदिर जाते हैं. उनका मोटिवेशन से बोर लग रहा है. Then only go to मंदिर. So they belong to either karmi category or karma kandi category, not karma yogi category.
And if they are listening to Bhagavad Gita or all like
Is that their natural nature? अगर no obligation goals रह रहे हैं और भगवद गीता सुन रहे हैं, then that's karma yogi. Yes. But our consciousness is very important. Now Bhagavad Gita you will read. When you will read, he will be there in front of 10 members. Then he will read. The people should think, no, what a devotee Mahesh Prabhu is. Who sincerely is reading. Right? There are people, Maharaji. No, what the greatness of Krishna, or Krishna even encourages that kind of people also. Means he's touching my book. You don't understand that. How many people at least, no need to understand that kind of people. There are people not even touching. At least even touching Bhagavad Gita also gives some sukruti. Right? We should know, right? We should grow somewhere. Okay? So, does nature change over a period of life? Yes or no? Everyone, yes? Answer is as it is. Then they will tell, no, Prabhuji, Śrīla Prabhupāda told no Bhagavad Gita as it is. So that's why I kept it as it is. Please, Prabhuji sir, Mataji, any of the devotees who are here like that, kindly don't misunderstand the meaning of hidden meaning of Śrīla Prabhupada. It is a great thing you are doing to Śrīla Prabhupada. Don't do that. Kindly open it. It's a good thing. Touch it. Touch. Yes. Okay, now does nature change over a period of time? Answer is no, without purification of the heart. Namajapa chala, lot of activities. Namajapa is the primary thing, but you need to analyze it. Prabhuji said, Mataji, bhakti is a process between individual and Krishna. Only other people or other devotees around you can inspire you. It is between you and Krishna. If Krishna wants, even with a most villainous person also, he can inspire you. Krishna wants to help a devotee, he can help through a greatest villain also. How? You are curious to know an example? For example, two friends were there, two neighbors were there. It's a real story, by the way. Two neighbors were there. They were staying in US, and both are doing job. And one person got laid off. And whenever possible, this person, before getting laid off, whenever possible, the other person was an atheist, and this person was a devotee, and he was trying to inspire or giving SSR sessions like our Sarna Mataji. He used to give the SSR sessions to that friend of him. And he was an atheist, he was never listening to him. I don't believe in God and all. And unfortunately, this devotee got laid off. This devotee got laid off, and he was having very tough time managing things. 3 months, 4 months. But still he had a faith in Krishna. He never stopped his sadhana or chanting and all. He never stopped. After 3 to 4 months, it was really difficult for food also. Then his friend came. And he atheistic friend. He came and he has given a food to him. See, your God has not given food. I have given food. Then he said, see how Krishna, how great he is. He is able to give food through a atheist. So Prabhuji said, Mataji, sometimes in our lives, people come. It doesn't mean that you should increase enmity on them. How they inspire, we don't know. Dialogue on the సేమ్ మెసేజ్ చెప్పే పర్సన్ వల్ల వాల్యూ మారుతుందట. సమయాన్ని బట్టి సారీ నాట్ టెలింగ్ ఇన్ పంచ్ ఇస్ మోర్ ఇన్ తెలుగు. సమయాన్ని బట్టి, సందర్భాన్ని బట్టి, చెప్పిన ప్లేస్ బట్టి, చెప్పే మనిషి బట్టి వాల్యూ మారిపోతుందట. We don't know from which angle you get an inspiration. But when you get inspiration, take it with both hands. Either it is a villain or a hero or a side character, please take it. Okay, so that's what. So it will change, and so your taste may change, but not your nature. So Shudra will remain Shudra. So those who are reading Bhagavad Gita and trying to practice pure devotional service will change. The nature will change. Who are reading Bhagavad Gita and trying to follow pure devotional service, will the nature will change? Yes or no? Yes. The temperament will change. Consciousness will change. You need to be always be remembered of the value of the message what Krishna is giving. So accept roles and responsibilities only after thorough and honest self-assessment. Means what is the roles you are going in spiritual life. So you should assess. You should understand. I don't know. Are you allotting some time for yourself to understand your nature? What kind of nature I have, and how I get inspired. Some people get inspired by reading. Some people get inspired by Sankirtan. Some people get inspired by doing services. Some people inspired by doing some skits. And you should analyze what kind of a nature I have. So accept roles and responsibilities only after thorough and honest self-assessment. Next is, if you, that's what, right? There are a lot of situations when you understand about above and only, accept roles and responsibility only after thorough and honest self-assessment, such that in your lives, whatever the situations come, you will face accordingly. When you understand your nature, you will face accordingly as per dharma. As per dharma, there is every possibility when you are not spiritually inclined, there is every possibility that you might take adharmic activity, adharmic route, which is easily shortcut. So it's a tendency. As I have told in this Kali Yuga, we are special pieces which we have rejected God outright and all the yugas and came here. Now, the kids who are going to come in future, the kids who are going to born in future, they are going to be more, please believe me, I'm sorry to say this, they will be more demoniac unless you are not having your kids spiritually valued. I'm sorry to say this. If it is hurting, I'm sorry. But మనమే ఇలా ఉన్నాం. రేపు భవిష్యత్తులో వచ్చే పిల్లలు వాళ్ళు ఇంకా అడ్వాన్స్ ఉంటారు మాతాజీ. I mean, the thing is they'll be more demoniac. I'm sorry to say that. Now, on the other day, Pavan Prabhu has come. Both his kids, both his, I don't know, how many have seen Pavan Prabhu? How many of you know Pavan Prabhu? Okay, only few of them. Pavan Prabhu is the same Prabhuji who takes classes in BHL Ramalaya. He's my son of God brother. And he got both the kids with proper Garbhadan Samskar. And you see, Prabhuji and Matajis, how the kids would be taught in future. I know it is recorded, but you see how the kids would be there who are born out of Garbhadan Samskar. I guarantee. Okay? So, no, some people might be, even after being in spiritual life, some people, they don't know, Prabhuji, how to tackle this situation. Yes or no? And first of all, I'm convinced there will be situations where there will be challenges for everyone. No? So now, if you can't assess yourself well, let the wise and learned man, gurus, do that for you. That's why please kindly take the shelter of Guru. If you are not in a situation, take the help of people. Because sometimes we are bonded with so many relations, though we are spiritually inclined, it's very difficult sometimes. As I told Prabhuji Samadhi earlier itself, when you do any role of a mother, sister, daughter, what are the rules? You give your best to whatever the relation you are in. Relation. Tomorrow you should not have a regret that I do not know that. అరే అలా చేస్తుంటే బాగుండేది కదా. రిగ్రెట్ ఉండదు రేపు అలా ఏదైనా నెగిటివ్ జరిగిన. Anyway, this is the last purport. I think Mataji already given signal. Anyway, this is the last purport. We will close with 3.5. So, yeah, Bharadas Babu, can you read it, please? 1 minute, I will read it. Sometimes I feel that devotees are not bringing when they are reading purport. They are simply reading. It is not a question of embodied life, but it is the nature of the soul to be always active. Anyway, उसमें तो clarity है. Our soul is always active. That clarity is there. Without the presence of the spirit soul, the material body cannot move. Clear? Material body cannot move. The body is only a dead vehicle to be worked by the spirit soul, which is always active and cannot stop even for a moment. That clarity is also there. As such, the spirit soul has to be engaged in the good work of Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, it will be engaged in occupations dictated by the illusory energy. Maya. If you are not in Krishna consciousness, you will be Maya. How will you be Maya? I tell this to you. What is wrong, Prabhu? Raja Sahib release అయింది. ఏమిటి మూవీ చూడటం తప్ప చెప్పండి. తప్ప. 3 more are going to be released. See, Prabhuji is having updated himself. योगेश ने सोच रहे होंगे कि पूरी तेलुगु मूवी से रिलीज हो रही है. So that's what he's been saying. As such, the spirit soul has to be engaged in the good work of Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, it will be engaged in the occupations dictated by the illusory energy, that is Maya. That is Sankrati is coming. Sorry, I need. Gold I need. All this will be done. In contact with the material energy, the spirit soul acquires material modes and to perfect souls from such affinities, it is necessary to engage in the prescribed duties enjoined in the Shastras. Kindly perform the duties of the relations. If you are not fully devotional, at least do your responsibilities as a father, as a mother, as a daughter. Try to do responsibilities in relation to Krishna. Why are you doing? Because they are also Krishna's kids only, no? Right? You are serving your father. He is also Krishna's kid. Probably they might not. They know, अरे मेरा में कृष्णा कैसा होगा रे? They might teach it. But we should understand that we are understanding. No, let them. There is no need to give a gyan, but we need to treat them as also Krishna's kids and do serve as the daughter of the relation whatever we have. Do the responsibility. That's the point. The point what he's trying to say. In contact with the middle energy, the spirit self acquires material modes and to purify the soul from such affinity, it is necessary to engage in the prescribed duties enjoined in Shastra. But if the soul is engaged in his natural function of Krishna consciousness, what he is able to do is good for him. So now we are not in a natural relation. We are not in a way to realize that I am forever in relation with Krishna. Right now we are not in the situation, but we are in that path. But he is talking good, but if the soul is engaged, when you do this kind of functions, you will realize one day that I am having a permanent relation. But if the soul is engaged in the natural function of Krishna consciousness, whatever he is able to do is good for him. The Srimad Bhagavatam affirms this. Chaktvasu dharmam charanam bhajam harer bhajam pakkottham pate tato yadi vyaktilkva vabhadram bin dumasya kim Kovarta apto bhajatansa dharmataha. If someone takes to Krishna consciousness, even though he may not follow the prescribed duties in the shastras or execute the devotional service properly, and even though he may fall down from the standard, there is no loss or evil for him. But if he carry out all the injunctions of for purification in the shastras, what does it avail him? What does it avail him if he is not Krishna consciousness? So the purification process is necessary for reaching this point of Krishna consciousness. Therefore, sannyasa or any purificative process is to help reach the ultimate goal of becoming Krishna conscious, without which everything is considered a failure. So please, Prabhuji and Mataji, purification, again, that is very important. And it will not happen every day. It is a process. What is the expression for parampara? Inaction is impractical, if not impossible. Two levels of understanding. Our body is a machine predisposed to function in a particular way. You cannot stay inactive for too long. Already we know that. Action in mode of goodness is also action only, but such action is in its intelligence is driven. But in such action, its intelligence is driven. In mode of passion, action is impulsive driven. Impulsive driven. స్వామి రంగా అమృత మాతాజీ ప్రసాదం బాగా చేస్తా నెక్స్ట్ నేను బాగా చేసి చూపిస్తా. Is it wrong? They are both doing prasadam for Krishna only, no? There is a possibility that competition. Lakshmi Mataji's skit, wonderfully she did. मेरा skit ने next time अच्छा करूँगी. थोड़ा passion. Our soul acting in bhakti is also natural. No spiritual person can be considered inactive. Such actions in bhakti are transcendental. Sometimes we might, with our foolish brain, we might think transcendental people or the pure devotees. When they will say, yes, sir, there is a possibility. Actually, Bachpan, when I was a childhood, Pirtal Rangareddy. Have you anyone heard this name? Pirtal Rangareddy. At that time in 1980s and 90s, he was MP. It's a member of parliament. So someone in their family took sannyas. వాడికి ఏం పోయే కాలం రా సన్యాసం తీసుకున్నాడు అంటే సేయింగ్ వాడికి ఏం పోయే కాలం లెక్క విత్ పొలిటికల్ ఫ్యామిలీ వై ఈస్ ఇట్ టేకింగ్ సన్యాస్ పీపుల్ యూస్ టు మేక్ ఫన్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్ అండ్ ఎవరో సన్యాసం అంటే ఏంటో కూడా చాలా విన్నాం ఇట్స్ కోల్డింగ్ ఇన్ తెలుగు సన్యాసి డోంట్ అండర్స్టాండ్ ఫర్ యోగేష్ ప్రభు అండ్ నార్త్ ఇండియన్ డివోటీస్ actually in South India it's a scolding which they scold sannyasi it's a scolding. Why? Not doing anything. So they lot of medical people think that sannyasi is they don't do anything. So it's scolding sannyasi. So it's a negative thing. No? So that's what is being talked about. Okay. So, yeah, any questions? Prabhu? We are done. We are done with the session. Any questions? So, any questions?
The process of purification.
Ah.
So, purification. So, I think purification word is.
Yeah, purification, yes.
So, until in what way? Like.
What will probably already a lot of devotees have heard about purification. Now, since I think you are randomly attending, I think since he is forcing me to tell, I said again you have to hear the same repetition. Purification in your life, because everyone are there. What are the past karmic activities you perform? We are here. And what are the relations you got? Your wife and your kids, your father, mother, your grandfather, without any reason, they are not become your grandfather, or they are not become your father, or she has not become your wife. All relations have come to you for not only your purification, but also for their purification. And if you realize that this purification is good, being in spirituality, if you are understanding that this is a purification, that is good. But a lot of people who are not spiritual, they will not understand this aspect, and they fight. They fight. They fight. They went to they go to divorce. Why is my kid like that? Why is he like that? Why my father is like that? Why my neighbor, even the neighbors who are there with just without any reason, they are not becoming neighbors. They are having a relation. And whatever the relations are there, that is only for your purification, bro. Now only we have been talking about in a very comic sense, but it is even a serious matter. Serious matter. For example, suddenly, Mataji had a fight with you. For no reason. No reason. And you feel that why she is fighting like that? Some logic will not be there. Correct? So now Mataji might be having her own reason for fighting. But you will not understand that. Seriously, you can't apply the material logic here. For example, if I toast this table, it will go there. That is the material logic. Material logic. But without even any external pressure, if it is going, what do you say? Material logic will not you can't apply it. Some things are there like that because you need to understand that without any reason, those things are not happening. Not in the comic sense, brother. Seriously, if you're having this with Mataji, then if you're a spiritual person, you should sit and talk and understand, but not retaliate. Not retaliate. Now, there might be getting additional question. Prabhuji, if Prabhuji is beating Mataji like anything, what? Then, let me close the